Hello, happy Friday. I hope you've had a lovely week. We have had um, five days of sunshine and warm weather. Like, it's shocking. And I'm dressed like Goofy today because it's Orange Day in our rainbow of Disney bounding, but which I'm doing solo this time around, which is kind of weird. So we'll talk about that later because I'm going to scrapbook that today. Let's look at what we've made so far with the June kit. We have 3 live streams left, 3 pages left to make with the June kit. That's today, Tuesday, which is going to pretend to be Monday. Just warning you, it's going to be Tuesday, not Monday. Tuesday. And then next Friday. And that takes us to the end of June. Right. Let's go. Desk. And let's see. Oh, Kelly is listening while she walks. Oh, and Cynthia should be asleep, but she can't sleep, so she's here. Well, we're so glad. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm sorry that you can't sleep, though. Right, this one from Monday, which it got pointed out straight after I made a little mistake, and I'm going to fix it. So this should be you've. I don't know why I got it in my head that it was just you instead of the more grammatically correct you've. And so I double checked and it is totally with the VE. So I'll go in and fix that, don't worry. But yeah, so that's from the last live stream, adding the black and white stenciling. This one with the 4 different areas of embellishment to help tell a story. This one with multicolored softer inks in the same stencil. And then this one, which I'm at some point by the end of next week going to go back and finish. Yeah? Okay, so that's what I've done so far. And then today we've got 2 photos of me. So here we go. So we've got these 2 pictures literally this morning. And I'm going to do these 2 photos with a type of central composition, not central in a column, but in the middle of the page, with a whole bunch of layers. So there's your bend and snap for the day. And yeah, my hair is in bunches to look like Goofy's ears. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, don't worry at all, Elaine. It's absolutely fine. Okay. So I want to have a look first at what sheets of paper have I not cut into, because if we have 3 live streams left, I might want to do a little bit of planning. So I have this one. That's cut into. That one. Laurels are all cut into ice cream. Okay, everything else I have cut into. So that's the start there. So I have 4 I haven't cut up. Now, I think that color needs to go in today. Does it become the whole background or not? Definitely want this for this side, but I don't think that's it. So I think one of the other days I need to do that starburst kind of scenario. I don't think this is the page for today. So then that I think that's how I do next week. One of them is going to be this paper, one of them is going to be that paper. There we go. I'm going to go with this should be Tuesday. And then Friday, do this because then I can layer all the little scraps and stuff on top of this. So Tuesday's live stream, Friday's live stream. Now, maybe I just put those in a separate place here. Okay. So if I make this the background today, is anybody going to cry that we're not using the ice cream side? I guess I could always order another and do an ice cream layout later. And then I think it's time to cut into this. As much as I love the seagull paper, I'm not going to the seaside this month. So the only seagulls I'm going to have to photograph would be the ones that hang out at the pond across the street. And they're not my favorite. Right. So let's go straight to this peachy pink card here. then I also want this rainbow above it, because all of these things might not be the right sentiment for this page, but with so many summer sentiments and summer only deciding to arrive right on time, solstice week, and no summery weather before that, I might want to think of ways that I can use the summery things without it being super sunshiny. And because I'm doing this rainbow of dressing up, that seems like a good way to go. And I'll just cover up the words. Okay, I think that's a good start for me, and then I'll do my speech and then sketch it out and we'll start cutting paper. So just to bring that a little closer so you can see the colors a bit more accurately. The grid is kind of, it's a very warm tone. So it's like a peach and a really warm red that's not even super saturated, so it's kind of like a warm reddy pink. But then the lighter pink is this peachy pink kind of tone. Yeah, okay. Right. Hello, my name is Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I need to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my #advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you are live, chatty, watch from Tomorrowland, quiet, craft, don't craft, thinking about coming back to craft, all of those things. If you need a link to anything that I'm using here, you're probably going to find it in the description box below the video. That'll take you to all the supplies I use this month. That's called the June Best of Both Worlds Kit. And then next month's shopping list is called July. So you can have a look at the July shopping list to either go shopping or to look at things that are in your own stash already and pull together some things that you could use to scrapbook right along with me next month and be nice and productive. Okay, I think that is pretty much everything. You can also find my website is where you can take classes. That's shimelle.com, nice and easy to find, but all that stuff is linked in the description box below. Right, let's go. All right. Little sketch. Finishing, that's my notes on May for this year's story, and I'm finishing that today. Finishing May has been nice and productive. Basically 1 week of a live stream, 4 days. So 4 live streams, because today I'm going to finish, and I have a 12 by 12 and a 9 by 12 that make a double page spread. That's the last thing I have to do for May, and then it's all done. So I started the extras on Tuesday, done on Friday. I feel great about that. So yay! So that'll be at 1:30 for those of you who have a This Year's Story membership. Right, so what is this going to look like? Here's what I'm imagining. That I can make kind of 2 photos overlapping. Like this. So we start by layering straight away, and the 3 by 4 card out here, the one with the star is that, but you could use 3 photos, be the same amount of space. And I'll have my little striped rainbow card over here. Oh, that looks like journaling now, but it wasn't intended to be, but that's okay. Right, and then we box out some more stuff around it, and one of those will include journaling. So basically constructing with a whole bunch of boxes kind of overlapped, creating this piece. Then starting to then add in other things. So title's going to come down here. And I think actually there's going to be just a couple strips of writing down here too. So that can help me if I get stuck and don't have enough room to include this much journaling in this space here, because sometimes, because I am not drawing to scale, sometimes that's a nice dream of what will fit on the page, and it's not what will really fit on the page. But then what I want to do is just have lots of layers in between all of these pieces. So lots of little pieces, tuckies and mats that just sit behind so that this becomes kind of a floaty box sort of thing, but lots of layers all stuck together. And then to bring in my diagonal, I want a little bit of embellishment here and a little bit up here, like that. So my diagonal should be quite airy. Yeah, all right, so this is the plan. And there you go. If you want to screen grab that, there you can. All right. Anything to do? Are those pictures from this morning? Yes, they're from, 9:30. Okay. So let's go ahead, cut these out, cut the branding strip off. Yes, I got ink on this page, but it's not going to matter because that's going to be underneath all the layers anyway. Oh, shout out to Sarah in the comments. Jean's just discovered Sarah's process videos here on YouTube and is enjoying. So you can find her in the live chat if you want to click through to Sarah's channel. And then she also does stuff on the Hey Little Magpie channel, which if you're not in the UK and don't know who that is, they are a lovely, lovely UK independent scrapbook retailer. If you come here on holiday, lots of people will ask me if they're coming to London, where can I buy scrapbook supplies in London? You can't. You can, however, get an order from Hey Little Magpie and have it shipped to your hotel. That's always an option. But it depends on where you're coming from. If you come from the US to the UK, I'm going to say your time is better spent doing things other than looking for scrapbooking supplies. You've got way more than we do, and just more easily accessible, actually. I can't think of what you would find here. Brits who are watching, what would you find here that you wouldn't find in an American shop? I don't know. Oh, Joanna says, any notion in the ocean when you might get reasons to smile? I have absolutely no idea. None. I have absolutely no clue. I am probably even more frustrated about that than you are. This is how it rolls. So there we go. I think I am going to need white in the layers today just to make this all kind of pop up off the background. The other thing you could do is you could have a white background and use the grid paper as a more of a matte here. But you know me, I like the colored backgrounds as much as I can. So let's just grab a sheet of white that I can use to cut up and matte stuff. This one here, yeah. All right. Let's cut a usable box out of this scrap. There we go. So then I can do things like this piece here. Now, I think I'm going to try not inking anything today. We'll see if that lasts. I'm going to try. Yep. Reasons to smile. Some bits of it are shipping. Some things have arrived places. Different retailers getting it in on different days. Who knows? That all I do is just choose to chill with it because I don't have any control over it, and it is pretty stressful to try to do anything about it when you can't. So just kind of roll with the flow. How many metaphors could I mix there? I'm just checking scrapbook.com if they've had their shipment in the last couple days. I'm going to go with, no, they've got Jen Hadfield's, which includes a disco ball paper, which is really cute. But not mine yet. Yeah, okay, cool. Is this the real Shimelle channel? What, because I got out some white cardstock and no ink. I know. I might change my mind. We never know. Because I'm using a scrap, this is all kind of choose random places instead of nice straight edges. Cherry on top, waiting for puffy stickers and paper pads. Okay, so I think we're going to do this sort of scenario here. Okay, so yeah, we've still got room to put in something over here that I can journal on. So let's have a look at the tags to bring in something. Do I want to mix both cameras in there? I might. I'm going to cut it out. I may or may not use it today. But it fits with what I want to journal. And then on this side, that one, that one, this one. Let's try that one. And Joanna says, we'll have a festival of Shimelle when Reasons to Smile arrives. I hope it arrives soon because I have all these things I've agreed to make with it for marketing, but if it doesn't arrive until right on the deadline, what do you do? What do you do? So I hope it gets here soon so that I don't have a day where I'm stress creating. I don't like stress creating. It's not my favorite. I do work well under deadline pressure, but it's not the best way to use a new collection because I'll feel like I can't really stop and take the time to figure out what's going to work best. Yeah. Okay, I need more pattern paper in here. This is going to drive me mad. Okay, so let's have a big strip of this. Oh, I said I wouldn't tear this month. Although, for those of you who have weighed in on the tear or not tear debate, so it's not that I'm not going to tear at all or anything like that. Because I tore on basically every page in May, I've taken this idea of could I do could I do a month without tearing? And the not inking is really, it's making me twitch now. And so that's just a challenge to myself. It's not that I don't like it, and I am still tearing on the other days of the week. This year's story stuff, I've kept tearing. But interestingly, Amy, the jokiness about, because she was not a fan of tearing, she's been tearing on her pages this week, and she is actually like enjoying it. So it is good to try the things that you might not always love, because you might start to love them after all. So there you go. You can always try something new. Okay, so we got this sort of scenario happening here with the rainbow. Do I want the rainbow the other direction? I think I do. Yeah. So we've got different rainbows happening here. There's a question about, Beatrix, when you're done with the monthly kit and you have those simple story tags, do you cut them apart and put them in with other tags? So remember, when I finished the Best of Both Worlds normal YouTube stuff with the monthly kit, all of that extra stuff gets used in this year's story as I finish the month documentation. So that's the first place where any remaining tags will go. So any tags that I don't use in the next 3 live streams will first go into the rest of my June scrapbooking. So for example, I can show you my little tray of the things that I've, this at the end of a kit, all the little pieces end up in here. And so this is what I haven't used so far. Those are some 4x6s. And so I have some random die cuts in here, but journaling tags tend to get used straight away. Sometimes it'll be that there's a story I know will come up that I want to use. So I know what I want to use this for. I know what I want to use this for, but they're things I'm not going to scrapbook until next month or 2. So they're just living in the tray so I don't forget. Or it might be something that I quite liked from the kit, but there just didn't end up being the right place for it to go. So I put it in here, and then I don't lose track of it. So yeah, tags would go in here. The ones that don't have journaling are the ones that live here a little longer, because anything with journaling lines goes pretty quickly. This one I pulled out to journal on, and then it just didn't match everything else on the page, so it's ended up back in here, but I don't think it'll end up there very long. Okay, hope that helps. Right. Am I ready to start sticking this stuff and then just tuck in lots of other things? I think I want one more layer of something back here. So I've got 3 different florals. Oh, or I've got a proper orange floral, 4 different florals. This side will make it easier to cut a straight line. And we're going to go like this. Please let me know. So I've been working this week with the microphone setup in order to get a balance where you get good sound quality but without background noise, because today the Adhesive Avenger is here working from home in the background. If you start to hear him, I can change one thing, but it does, it just makes the audio be a little, what's the name for it? I think you guys kind of called it clicky here and there. So if tell me how distracting it is in the background. If it's problematic, then I will do that. If not, I'll leave it like this. Okay, moving on. It's one of those things where it's really hard. Like, I've tested it by recording and then playing it back, but then it can end up really different from your perspective listening. Okay. Oh, Joanna says she just doesn't hear the bend and snap anymore. That's funny. Okay, this one I want to use a edge punch, this one. So let's go ahead here. Hi, Liz, who hasn't been here in a while. Welcome back. Welcome anytime. Oh, what have we got? And let's see. So let's go ahead and punch along here. And thinking, I was going to put this at the top. I'm going to check, do I want something at the top or the bottom? So, oh, excellent. Elaine says she can't hear the adhesive vendor at all. Okay, excellent. His meeting just started. That's when I started talking because I remembered, oh, his meeting starts now. So we've got big engineering on our train line until the middle of August. So we have a return to a lot more working from home because the trains are all up the creek. Right. So do I want it at the top or at the bottom? Oh, I like it better at the bottom, I think. Yeah, let's put it at the bottom. All right, so this is going to get glued along this bottom edge. So let's move that. So it's just above the points in the scallop. Oh, okay. And then I can do that edge and then this edge coming up to the top. And just to have a bit of that truer orange at the top. So you can now tell with the colors next to it how the pinks are the same peachy pink, but the reddy tone here is what's in this teeny tiny little detail in this floral, and not the same as the orange background. All right. Straighten that corner there, and then I think we're ready to start sticking here. So we can pop all of this here in the middle of the page. And this is something I used to talk about, you know, if you don't want to do a page that has like big structured blocks, how do you find the right place to put something? A really easy way to do it is to go to the center and then go in any one direction a little bit. So here I've gone to the center and I've moved up a little bit. But you could also move down a little bit, or you could move over to the left or the right a little bit. But then that center point is still underneath what you're working on, and that's a nice, easy kind of way to think of it. So we're going to start kind of here, and photos are going to overlap like that. So pop that there, and if your photos aren't printed with white borders, you could always just add white borders to make this work. So then I want to cover all the words in the rainbow block there. The camera to be visible here. So this block is actually enough to, it's tall enough to frame the photo. So I'm going to bring that right up so that I get the peachy pink both above and below that photo. And then bounce this back to the lower position. So that brings this line down here. But I don't want it even with the rainbow there, so I'll bring it up just a little bit so you can see the rainbow continue underneath. And I'm not quite even with the orange at the top, so that works. Right. Let's see what little things now I can find to tuck behind all that. And let's look at title options and all that sort of stuff. So I have all of these. I have these, and I have my little basket. So oh, and I haven't ended up making a spot for the orange tag with the camera on it. So that's okay. I can do that on another. It won't disappear. Right. I know I could put that on here. But actually I didn't think I was gonna like it over the photo, but I do. I'm just gonna go for it. Stuck. Right. Let's add some chipboard either side. So this can come over to here. I get just a little bit of frame on that edge. Future me will hate that I did this because when I go to photograph the layout, I'll want this tiny little millimeter bit of edge. I won't be able to get it in the photograph. It will bother me immensely, but it won't change the fact that that's why I like it on the page. And then let's take this one to get some variety in shape and put this under here. No. Okay, so if I use a piece that big, then I lose the journaling. And then there's no point to that having been a journaling card. So no, not that one. Right. Die cuts then instead. Oh, well done, Justine. Justine is at pediatrics and is awaiting first appointment for Tourette's after 4 years of waiting. You poor thing. I hope you get super helpful answers and ways forward. Yeah. Support. That's the phrase we're going for. The support that you need. Okay, could I do some florals from that tropical die cut pack? Because they've been harder to use than I expected. But I think there might be an answer here. I like that this one has orange, so I want to find any of them that have orange. Oh, that has orange and peach. Okay, so we could go with that one. And maybe this one, if I need a third. I might not need a third. I might just stick with that diagonal. This is good colors for this paper. I mean, it's from the same collection, so it should be. All right. So let's see if that gets us a good start. What about all these little tabs and stuff? They all have words, and I don't know if any of them are sensible. Oh, there's a single orange flower. Let's have that one. Dun, dun, dun. Put that one. No, not mixing those flowers. I've been here and done that. I didn't like it. I took it off. That's why it's inked but not used. That one could work though. Yeah, all the little tabs like this are kind of outdoorsy sentiments, not at my desk sentiments. All right. And one of them is like days of the week. We can have that, and we can have this little rainbow. Okay, that gets me somewhere. Pop all those back in the basket. Tiny basket. Oh, Justine's bringing us back to that idea of what scrapbook shopping might you do in the UK if you were visiting. Yeah, we do have 12 by 12 paper pads in a discount stationery and book type store called The Works, which has a little art and craft section. And you will find papers there that are probably different than what you would get, but I'm not sure. It would just be totally dependent on your style as to whether they were your sort of thing. Then I often go and look, and it's been probably 15 years since I bought one. So to me, they're not the right style for me, but that doesn't mean they're not the right style for anybody, and they are good value. Yeah. So there we go. That is, if you happen to pass a branch of the Works in your exploration, which if you are just doing the city center of London, you probably won't. But it is a possibility. Okay, so we got 2 floral pieces going there. And maybe this third one over here. You could put it on top of the photo if you wanted as well. All right. Bring this little rainbow. Oh, it's inked. Do I cut it down so it's not inked anymore? Just take all of the edges and cut them. Inkectomy. Like Bob Ross used to have cabinectomies, where you painted first and then you scraped out the space for your cabin. I'm gonna take all the ink back by cutting this smaller. There we go. Now it's got nice bright edges. Okay, so that can sit down there. This little tab can go here. And then, oh, should I have put this on top of the popsicle, I think, on top of the ice lolly. Now it looks like a fish going to eat an ice lolly. Sorry, once you see it, you're not going to be able to unsee it now. I'm not sure I can make that ice lolly tag work. Is it the ice lolly or the fish that I'm not liking? Let's see. That's okay, actually. So far it's the fish. It's not really a fish. Right. Let's see what else we can layer in there. Actually, let's get a title on this. That might help. That color match is interesting. Or we could do this one. Any thoughts? What do you like? The big honking one or the smaller one? Deciding then, does it go straight across like that? I think yes. Yeah? Like that. Chipboard, what else we got here? I suppose we could do these across the top of the journaling tag here. Like that. And hey, I can use the glasses. Oh, yeah. Here? chipboard on top of chipboard. How thick is this page going to get? I do like it there though. Okay. Yeah. I think the fish just is not happening. So I wanted it on this side so that it would mimic that. Oh, though, I could do it like this instead. Take the point off. Yeah. Make it less of a fish. Another something to pull it together. What is that going to be? Got like a small leaf, big leaf, want a little leaf. Yeah, and I think in that. Oh, that's even bigger. Leaves that are bigger than the ice lily just look weird. I like that leaf, but small. Small. Can I have a small one? Small. Oh, still big. What do I have in here that's tiny? Well, after using fabric. Right, let's see. Does it give me anything that will work? Oh. Little basket is unbalanced. So, no, that leaf is a no. This could work. There, that's what we need. All that together, or this one. Oh, this one is correct. Okay, so there's a tiny about to come out of there. Oh. And then this one. Lovely. Some strips of white cardstock to go here for the journaling, which I'm guessing one should probably cut properly with a trimmer. Let's just steal double these. That gives me a straight edge to start. Now, thoughts. Is it easier when you're journaling on strips to write first and cut second, or to cut first and write second? Here's how you decide, or you just go with whatever comes to mind first and don't fret about it. So the idea is that if your handwriting tends to be inconsistent in height, cut first, write second. Because having the strip cut to size will force you into having consistent spacing or heights of your letters. If your handwriting is consistent, you can go ahead and write and then cut around the writing. So either way will work, but that's my suggestion for making a decision. Okay, and we've got this checkerboard going, so I need to keep my lines all nice and even with the checkerboard. Otherwise, I'll have some problems with everything looking wonky. So if you wanted your page to feel more formal and more orderly, then you could justify the strips and put them all marching in line, all the same length. But that's not what I want. I want it to be quite informal. So that means I want my lines to start and end at different places and kind of go higgledy-piggledy like this. So then we can have all of the lines a little offset here and there. Last one. Now, what happens if I go to write this and what I want to write does not fit here? I just pull it up and do it again. I know how wide these were on my trimmer because I used one of the lines on the trimmer to line it up and cut each time. So I can cut as many as I need. Just pull it up and start again. Not hard. That one has just slightly too wide a gap, so I'm going to bring that up there. Like that. Right, how are we doing for time? Excellent. Okay. I think we are good for bringing in dots. I will say, if this one, see how this one sits in the middle? It's the only one that sits with a little bit. If that drives you mad or starts to make your eyes cross or anything like that, you can adjust a little bit. You won't get rid of everything unless you make it a certain fraction of that, or that exact width. But you can tidy it up a little bit like that. Okay. Confetti. So the confetti in this kit is hearts. I know some people don't love it if I put hearts on pages about myself, but also I like hearts. Have I ever mentioned this? I just find them a go-to embellishment and I use them a lot. So I'm going to use what's in my kit. So I'm going to bring in big turquoise heart over here and put it with a pink and a silver. So I have 3 in a little grouping there. I'm going to come over to this grouping and have a big silver with a medium-sized blue. Oh, we don't have a little pink. And here I have a large pink. And I can do a medium silver and a small blue. Like that. And a circle. Friday. Now, what can I bring in here? Because I don't have the pink. Bring in just the yellow or the green. Let's do yellow. Also, you've got a rainbow there, so if you wanted to do color matched embellishments like I do love to do, you could do the dots to match that strip right there. Let's have my good old yellow twine, which I'm making progress on. What am I going to do when I get to the end? I'm going to be excited that I got to the end because I think it's been in my stash for 10 years. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be happy. So I've got 2 things to run through here. So we can go through there. And then 1 through here. I just thought of something because this is black and white, and I'm putting twine on there. See if I have the box with letters in. Oh, my letters aren't black and white. They're gold. Oh, I do know. Hold on, I might have the black and white. They're on a tray. Where have I put them? Let's go with the gold. It's okay. Right. So I'm going to put a little bead through here. Oh. Is the twine ever so slightly too big to thread through? It is. Oh, I thought it was small enough. It's not. Okay. I wonder, I have the wrong letter here in black and white. I'm just going to look in case the spacing is, in case they're bigger. Did it go through this? It was a nice idea, Shimelle, but no. Oh. It does. So if I can find the black and white ones, it does go through. You don't have an S. I have an R. Just checking. I don't think all of those are gold. Oh, I do have a black and white S right there. Lucky. Okay. Things you didn't know I was going to do. Get out the bracelet making stash. But hey. Seems like a good plan. I mean, I've already got multiple layers of chipboard, so I can't get too upset about it being bulky. All right, so I don't need that H. I need this S. Don't be too afraid that you're not going to go through there now. So let's see. Got it fresh. Oh, it didn't work. Things you shouldn't do live. How come it went through the H so easily? I'm determined now. I feel like it's meant to be. But it's not meant to be. Do you think I could do the old washi tape trick? Okay, so here's washi tape threading trick. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. But here's what you do. So you take your edge to keep it from fraying, and you put it in the middle like this, and you hold your tape up like that. So it's all sealed in there, all right? Then make a nice sharp point to it. Like this. And then you can feed that in like a needle threader. I may have just chosen the wrong tape. Let's see. It's too flimsy. I didn't realize that tape was flimsy. Ah! Okay, one more time and then I think you'll be like, seriously, woman, give up. What other rolls of tape have I got? Handy. Oop, don't knock over the albums. I thought I had one here on the desk. No, all right. From the basket then. this one. This twine is like anti-stick. It doesn't want to, it just wants to slide right out. I think because it's waxed. That's why. It really is anti-stick. It's like a duck. Okay. I got it too small and it's gonna jump out again. Let's see. Yep. Oh, I'm failing. Okay, I give up. I don't want to give up, but I am. I might fight with it later off screen, but off camera. For now, I'll just put this through. But let's embrace the idea that we could put a little bead on there because it would be so cute. Gosh darn it. Okay. I love that you've all gone like super quiet. You're like, what is she doing? Why? Why, Shimelle? I don't know. I do know. I liked the, not that tight. I liked the idea that the bead could pick up on the black and white from that and this and here and make a little triangle of black and white details that go all around the photo. It's not even a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadrilateral. Okay. So that gave me confetti up here in a nice little triangle. I want to bring something down here. What colors do I have left? We could just come down here and do silver, turquoise, just silver and turquoise. I don't have, I only have, oh, I could do the giant yellow. Hold on. I can do 3 if I make the medium one the silver. Harder to bubble the hearts. I find that I'm questioning my position of the hearts more than I do the circles. Let's do it that way. All right. Yes, Jean says just put it through on sewing thread and then tie it to the twine or something like that. Yeah, that could totally work. I could use even the normal clear bracelet. Like when you finish your bracelet, you end up with the little scraps. So I could use one of those scraps and put the bead on there. Yeah, I think I can find a way to make it work. Right, so journaling will go in here and here, and then I think it needs silver. All right. So I'll come over here. That corner, and we'll go over here. This corner, why is this splatter just never the shape I want it to be? Gold one. What's different between the gold straw and the silver straw? I don't know. Okay, but we've got some silver splashed on there. Okay, let's have a zoom in of the details. So we've got this little corner up here. I have got myself in my album. Dressed like Goofy. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are This Year's Story member, I'll be live again at 1:30 to finish up the May pages. Otherwise, I'll be live here on YouTube, but it won't be Monday. It'll be Tuesday, pretending to be a Monday. So it'll be the normal 1:30 afternoon time, UK time, but on Tuesday, not Monday. All cool? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.